What's going on, everybody? My name is Ronan Lockhart and this is Hipstyle Gaming. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day so far. Evening for me. Just got to eat some pancake and eggs made by yours truly. But quick little PSA, personal public service announcement, okay? I know I've been away from YouTube, everybody. Don't know why I put my arm in the chair like you guys are my kids, but I've just pretty much been getting things sorted out, I guess you can say. One more time. But we've pretty much been getting things sorted out, guys. You know, got a couple of personal things that were going on, you know, and when those personal things come up, guys, I don't know how many of you deal with anxiety, but me, myself, personally, I deal with very, very bad anxiety. So, you know, when I tend to encounter things sometimes, you know, personal experience wise, it kind of, you know, takes my attention off of the things I want to do and makes me worry about the things that most likely aren't gonna happen, you know, because anxiety is so stupid and it makes you think these things are gonna happen. Long story short, guys, had some personal things going on. A couple of them are not a problem anymore, some may be a problem, but overall I want to apologize to you, my subscribers, you know, for just kind of going up and missing, you know, for a pretty lengthy amount of time, you know. But guys, it is a new year, it is 2020, and I am back and reloaded with all of these crazy theory videos to give you guys, like the one today. But we have to go over announcement number 2. Some of you may already know this because you've seen me talk about it and announce that I was going to start doing this on my Instagram page. My IG will be in the description below, guys, if you are interested in seeing what I do on a personal note in my life. As I announced before the start of 2020, I was going to start promoting more of my music onto my YouTube channel as well. Some of you have already reached out to me via IG, letting me know that, oh, you know, your music is cool, or we like the vibe of your music, or you have a great sound to you, you know, you have a cool voice, or whatever it may be. And, you know, so in other words, I've gotten pretty positive feedback from it, you know, and I felt it'd be necessary for me to make this announcement to you guys, you know, the rest of you on my YouTube channel who are my subscribers, you know, and who are also maybe a part of the Kingdom Hearts community or gaming community or whatever, that I was going to start doing this, you know. I felt it fair to do this because, you know, some people may have only subscribed to my channel primarily for Kingdom Hearts content or for gaming content, you know, so just kind of as like a little heads up, you know. I mean, if you do see it pop up, you know, on your video feed or whatever, and you want to give it a listen, then hey, go for it. Or if you see it and you're like, nah, I don't want to listen to this, you can simply just ignore it, you know. Overall, the choice is you guys', you know. I respect your decision either way. It's good music. But yeah, like I said, guys, I felt it fair to do this because, you know, I respect you guys as my subscribers. You guys have shown nothing but support, have left me nothing but positive feedback on the videos I have so far, you know, so I kind of want to take my YouTube channel to the next level during 2020, especially while I have the chance to. But guys, that's all I really have for today, you know, as far as announcements go. I'm really glad to be back doing YouTubing, and I'm really excited to drop a lot of dope content for you guys, especially with Kingdom Hearts Remind around the corner. Just 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Anyway, guys, hope you guys having a fantastic day so far, night, whatever, and yeah, please enjoy the video.
There's more to light than meets the eye. As I told you.
You sly fox.
You guys ever wonder why Master Xehanort always calls Eraqus a sly fox? Well, I think I've come to a pretty big conclusion for that, guys. And the conclusion is that Master Eraqus is actually a descendant of Master Ava from the Age of Fairy Tales. Now, most of us initially thought that Brain was actually the one that Master Eraqus, you know, descended from. But in reality, guys, it's actually Master Ava that Eraqus descended from, and I'm about to give you guys all the evidence and show you guys why. So our first piece of evidence comes from the Xehanort report, of course. The report goes on to read, Mark of Mastery Journal, some days have passed since I set off on my journey to prepare for the Mark of Mastery examination. Eraqus asked for leave to undertake the same pilgrimage, but apparently I am to be first to tour the worlds written of in the old fairy tales. Until a few short years ago, I'd only known my world, a speck of land surrounded by sea, but how I dreamed of, yearned for the world beyond, and granted guidance from the future. I left the nest behind as I treaded the path to my master's side. I came in contact with darkness in many forms. I knew even then, as by instinct, terrifying as its power was, it could be harnessed, mastered. And this part right here, Eraqus is a blue blood, descended from the very first masters in the age of fairy tales. So this may have flew over a lot of you guys' head, or maybe you just didn't think too deep into it, but key word is Eraqus is descended from the very first masters of the age of fairy tales. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but Brain was never deemed a master, and let alone that, the very first masters. So when you hear that, it has to be talking about the foretellers. Now some of you guys may be thinking, well, Brain, Ephemer, Scold, Ventus, and Lorium were all, chosen way back then, so it could be talking about them. No, guys. You have to look at the words that Xehanort used. He said very first, not first, no, very first, meaning the very first masters in existence. Now you guys may be thinking, well, okay, that is pretty solid evidence, but if that's the case, couldn't that be referring to any foreteller possibly? And where exactly would that leave Brain? Who exactly is descended from him then, and what is his role? Well, thanks to the latest Kingdom Hearts Union Cross Key story update, I may have found the answer to those questions. Take a look at the monitor screen. So right here we see it, guys. Brain says it that he originally wasn't the leader who was supposed to inherit the Book of Prophecies. But the question is, why did Master Ava choose to give him the Book of Prophecies? Why did she change it and choose to give him the Book of Prophecies? Well, it's not only because she knew what Brain would do, but it's because she know who Brain's descendant in the far future would be. And who is Brain's descendant, guys? None other than our boy Sora. Now some of you guys may be face palming in utter shock right now, and others of you may still be in a little bit of a disbelief, but don't worry, I got evidence to back this up too. For example, you guys remember the Kingdom Hearts 15th anniversary art that Nomura released? You know, the super cool looking one with Sora sitting in the chair looking like a straight boss. But if you guys take a closer look at Sora's lap, it almost looks like Sora is holding a dog or a fox. Well, after seeing this picture and coming up with this theory, I started doing a little bit more digging on the internet, and to my utter surprise, it was indeed a fox that Sora is holding. And if you really take a good look at the fox, that fox greatly resembles Master Ava. This would shed a lot of light exactly on what Brain meant when he told the other Union leaders that he was going to become the virus that will change this, set system, I guess. And maybe his way of doing that exactly was through Sora. Sora would be his descendant. That's why Sora is always referred to as that dull, ordinary boy, because Sora just came out of nowhere, because Sora was never supposed to be a part of the system. Just like Brain was never supposed to be the one to inherit the Book of Prophecies, Sora was never supposed to be, the main hero of the story. Well, how exactly are Master Ava and Master Eraqus connected to this then? Well, simply put, Master Ava's actions are what led to Sora being chosen in the first place. And let me evaluate a little bit more of what I mean by that. The secret page in the Book of Prophecy goes on to read, "Unable to permit disharmony, you will be disappointed by fate and lose sight of true strength. Misreading the truth, you will venture forth into secrecy."
I guess Ava didn't make it after all.
Meaning what?
I told her, clear as day, what it is I had to do.
And is that why you decided to exclude her?
As if. Ava had her own mission, and she carried it out.
Notice what Luciu, which is kind of weird calling him that because I'm so used to calling him Zigbar, but notice what he says. He says Ava carried out her mission. She had a mission and she carried it out, which means she succeeded in that mission. And what was that mission? Finding our boy Sora. It was too much for Ava to accept that the Master would do something so evil, that the Master would just let the world go to ruin. And it was probably even more harder for her to accept that she might have been the one that the secret page was talking about when it said, "Unable to permit disharmony, you will be disappointed by fate." Ava was very disappointed by the way or how things were going to go, and so she took things into her own hands. And when I mean take things into her own hands, guys, I'm just gonna flat out say it. I strongly believe now, especially after seeing the whole Kingdom Hearts Union Cross update, that Ava was the one that took out Strelitzia. But she took out Strelitzia for a good reason. And why? She took out Strelitzia to replace her with somebody else. And who she replaced Strelitzia with? Ventus. That's right, she replaced Strelitzia with Ventus, but she did this for a reason, because she knew the outcome of the future. You see, a lot of people thought that Ventus killed Strelitzia. No, but it was actually Master Ava that took out Strelitzia, and she probably recruited Ventus, having Ventus think that it was the Master's intentions for him to be a Union leader. When in reality, Ava actually lied to Ventus, just like she lied to Brain and told him that he was the one appointed by the Master to receive the book, but then Brain later on finds out that no, he wasn't the original one who was supposed to inherit the book. She most likely lied to Ventus. So Ava is doing everything on her own accord. But the question now is, okay, well, how does Eraqus falls into that? And let me explain it. Because she replaced Strelitzia with Ventus completely, this triggered the whole events of Kingdom Hearts, guys. By her replacing Ventus or Strelitzia with Ventus, that would later on lead to Ventus becoming a pupil some way, some shape or form of Xehanort, and then him being eventually passed on to Master Eraqus, who would tutor him, train him, and raise him, and then the events would lead on to him finding Sora and so on. It was like a chain reaction, guys, and the only way Master Ava could have known this is if she has some type of insight from the future, guys. I'm gonna say it directly right now, everybody. Master Ava has to be some type of either A, incarnation or type of descendant of Kyrie or an ancestor of Kyrie, or B, Kyrie is a direct reincarnation of Master Ava. One slight piece of evidence that might back this up is on the Kingdom Hearts fandom story page when it explains how Aqua meets Kyrie. It says, Aqua, who senses a pure light in her heart since she is a princess of heart. But in all actuality, what if this pure light that Aqua was sensing actually wasn't, because she was a princess of heart, but mainly because Master Ava is actually residing in Kyrie's heart? And then another slight piece of evidence is how it says, Kyrie touched Aqua's Keyblade and unintentionally performed the Keyblade or ceremony? How is that possible? She literally just touched her Keyblade and all of a sudden she can wield a Keyblade? That's kind of weird to me. But in all actuality, what if it's because Master Ava, whose heart is inside Kairi, gave her the ability to wield that Keyblade? It would make a lot of sense exactly too why, you know, Master Ava and Kairi's Keyblade, or her main Keyblade, are so, you know, slightly similar, you know? Well, hopefully when the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC comes out, we'll maybe get some more answers on exactly what's going on. I'm actually hoping they shed a little bit more light on that too. But the Kingdom Hearts Union Cross Key story is catching up to the main story, so I'm really hyped to see what secrets are about to be unveiled, guys. But that's all I got for today. I've been Ronan Lockhart. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, guys. That kind of helps the channel keep going. And yeah, feel free to leave your feedback in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. See ya.